The cafe closed at 10, but it never truly felt empty until 10:30. That was when the last chair was flipped onto the tables, the soft hum of conversation faded into memory, and only the quiet remained. Tonight was no different. Hattie stood behind the counter, wiping down the espresso machine with slow, practiced movements. The smell of coffee still lingered in the air, warm, familiar, and strangely comforting. Outside, the street was dimly lit. A few cars passed now and then, their headlights briefly stretching across the glass windows before disappearing. Inside, the cafe felt like a different world. Sealed off, still, untouched by time. Hattie glanced at the clock. 10:27 p.m. All voice dumb from the corner, he turned his head slightly. Zara was still there, sitting by the window with a half-empty cup in front of her. She had been coming here for months now, always alone, always ordering the same thing. Black coffee, no sugar. "You're still here?" Hattie said, not surprised. "You don't seem bothered," she replied, a faint smile forming. He shrugged. "You're quiet, that helps." She let out a soft laugh, the kind that didn't last long but stayed in the air. "I'll leave soon." Hattie didn't respond. Instead, he continued cleaning, though more slowly now. Truth was, he didn't mind her staying. The cafe felt less empty when she was around. A few minutes passed in silence. Zara stared out the window, her reflection faint against the dark glass. "Do you ever feel like this place is different after closing?" she asked. Hattie leaned against the counter, thinking. "Yeah, it's calmer, like it can finally breathe. Or like it finally tells the truth," she said quietly. He looked at her, noticing the tiredness in her eyes. "Not the kind that sleep fixes, something deeper." "Long day?" he asked. She nodded. Aren't they all? He didn't push further. People came to cafes for many reasons. Some for coffee, some to escape, some just to sit somewhere that didn't feel like their own thoughts. "I used to come here with someone," Zara said suddenly, her voice softer now. "We'd sit at this exact table, talk about everything and nothing." Hattie stayed silent, letting her speak. "He left," she continued, not dramatically, just slowly, until one day there was nothing left to say. The words hung in the air, heavy but calm. "And you still come here?" Hattie said. "Yeah," she replied, looking at her cup. "I guess I'm trying to understand why it doesn't feel the same." Hattie walked over and sat across from her. "Something he rarely did with customers? Maybe it's not supposed to," he said. "Places don't change, people do." Zara considered that, her fingers lightly tracing the rim of her cup. "That's a little sad, maybe," Hattie said. "Or maybe it just means you're moving forward, even if it doesn't feel like it." She looked at him then, really looked, as if seeing him for the first time beyond the counter. "You always this thoughtful," he smiled slightly, only after closing. That made her laugh again, a bit more genuine this time. The clock ticked to 10:35. Zara stood up, picking up her coat. "Should go." Hattie nodded, walking her to the door. He unlocked it, and the cool night air slipped inside. "See you tomorrow?" he asked, almost casually. She paused, then nodded. "Yeah, tomorrow." As she stepped out into the quiet street, the cafe felt empty again, but not in the same way. Hattie locked the door and turned off the lights, leaving only the soft glow from the street outside. The chairs, the tables, the counter, all still, all waiting. But something had shifted, and in the quiet cafe after closing, that was enough.